Hello again, friends. Noah, Hammond, Tyrrell, coming to you live from the rainy season down here in Costa Rica. And today I want to talk about resistance and how you can bypass your resistance to live your life's purpose, to live your mission, to live your calling full out. So the inspiration for this video in a large way comes from a book I just finished reading called The War of Art by a man named Steven Pressfield, who wrote some well-known novels like The Legend of Bagger Vance and many others. And he pretty much dedicates his entire book to talking about this foe called resistance. And I want to talk to you about my experience with this and my experience with kicking its ass and why you as an artist, as a creative, as a big thinker, as an idea person, why you're bound to experience this, although I don't want to plant that in your experience, maybe we'll never experience this, but why most of us do, and how you can beat it. So resistance is essentially just a force of nature. It's the opposing force to expansion. When you're having an idea, when you're having a creative expression, when you want to write your poetry, you want to write a song, you want to write a book, you want to create a new business that serves other people, you want to do something that makes a positive impact in the world, typically there's a feeling of opposition that you could call resistance. Now, resistance shows up in a lot of different ways. It shows up in being distracted. It shows up in making excuses. It shows up in being tired. It shows up in relationship quarrels. It shows up in health problems. It shows up in misguided intentions. It shows up in misunderstood communications. It shows up in so many different ways that we essentially create to put resistance in our path, to grow us and expand us, to be who we're really here to be, and to be as powerful as we're really meant to be, to truly live our mission. So I look at resistance as, yes, the opposing force of expansion, but also a necessary element in one's growth, because as you kick resistance's ass, and eventually banish it from your life forever, you grow into who you're here to be. Now, I want to plant this seed and then we'll reverse engineer or work our way back to it. I was on the phone just this morning with my beautiful partner Corinne, and we were talking about resistance, and she just declared to the universe and declared within our experience, you know what? Resistance doesn't exist. We're taking that belief out of our experience. Resistance does not exist. It cannot stop us. There is no thing called resistance. There is only us and our ability to declare and create our reality. Now, I love that idea, and I want to plant that seed right now, and then let's talk more about resistance in the way that it typically does show up for a lot of people. So this might look like emotionally as fears, concerns, worry. And I want to invite you for a second as almost a quick method to bypass this form of resistance. Recognize that if you close your eyes and you actually pay attention to emotions, they're just sensations in the body that we have an automated way of assigning meaning to. So this tightness comes up, right? And I have an automatic thought in my head that says, oh man, I'm really afraid right now, and also labels and judges it, and this is bad. Now, if we start getting present to that though, you can actually disassemble that and see it for what it really is, and start to get an awareness of what's really true is that there's just a sensation in the body. There's an automatic judgment that your brain wants to kick out, and it wants to associate those two things together and then make that mean something for you to then have to react to. Now, emotions are one of resistance's favorite ways to screw us up, because, well, it's really hard to maybe give a big presentation when you're feeling this feeling of I suck, or I'm worthless, or whatever might be showing up, right? But if you can start to get present to what it actually is, which is just a sensation in the body, you can start to take away the power that we've mistakenly given to our emotions, and resistance no longer has that tool available to hinder your progress, right? So resistance, again, is showing up to stop you, but also in your conquering of it, you become more of who you really are. You become more of the creative essence that you truly are, of the infinite spirit, the consciousness that you truly are, whatever you want to call it. You become more of who you really are, because who you really are is not hindered by negative emotions like fear or doubt or anxiety. And also, when you start to really get present to the emotions and then the associations with those emotions, you can start to see some very interesting things, like the fact that fear and excitement are almost the exact same feeling. Fear and excitement are almost the exact same feeling. It's just about what our brain is attaching to them that ultimately leads to how you're responding to the emotion. So those are some helpful things to start looking at. And one of the primary ways that you can kick resistance's ass so you can live your mission, purpose, or calling, create the art, the business, the art-filled business that you're here to create the positive impact in the world that you're here to create, in whatever way that looks, because emotions can't stop you. Next, there's the idea of limiting beliefs, that whatever you think is what you can create, and whatever you believe to be true is what you will create as true. This is tricky to talk about in just one video. I feel like I could do an entire 20-minute video just on this. But let me just plant the idea that most often we're not even aware of our thoughts, as in we're not self-generating them. They kind of just blip in and blip out. And if you close your eyes and pay attention to your thoughts and the way that they're coming in and out, they just kind of do it all the time. You might already be experiencing this right now, like, what the hell is no one talking about? Oh, that's right. Oh, thoughts are coming in, thoughts are going out. What do I have for dinner today? I'm kind of hungry. Should I wait and pause this video and eat more and then talk to you later? Thoughts are just blipping in and out. And we take our mind and we automatically, sequentially put them in order and say, I thought all those things and I came to a decision. So what's really true is that you can go on a never-ending hunt to eliminate all your limiting beliefs and have all the 100% proper beliefs in your mind. But I would just put this one belief in your mind, which is that your thoughts can't stop you. That your thoughts can't stop you, your feelings can't stop you. Resistance does not have access to those leverage points for you. That the only thing that's true is that you're committed to finding what that alignment is inside, to finding what that purpose and mission or calling is, and to making progress on that every single day, to giving to it as fully as you can every single day, regardless of what may or may not come in return. Just to give to your calling, to give to your mission, to give to what you're here to give for. Thoughts, emotions, who cares? The only thing that matters is living our purpose. And that's the only thing that resistance is ultimately trying to stop you from doing. Because when you live your purpose, it's an experience of evolution. It's an experience of expansion. It's an experience of growth. And resistance is really the anti-growth formula. It's the anti-growth force, I should say. So I want to talk about just one more situation of resistance in this video, and that is just simply confusion. This has been a huge one in my world, and just by shining the light on it, you can kick this part of resistance's ass for good. Talking about idea ADD, or going from thing to thing to thing, or feeling the confusion in one thing, and instead of having the grit or the determination or the declaration or the commitment to just moving forward in that, seeing greener pastures elsewhere and seeing an easier, better, more robust, fancier, faster, more truthful solution somewhere else. And jumping ship, essentially, thinking and fully believing, hey, this is my absolute best move. That thing was just, it's not fully aligned. It's for, it's for me to like come back to, or it was just for me to get over to here. And this finally became really present to me just a few weeks ago when I was having almost like an existential crisis, like a midlife crisis at 28 years old or something. And I've been building this company with my partner, We Thrive Global, for over a year, well over a year. And it's 99% done, ready to be shared with all of you. And I found myself thinking thoughts of like, maybe We Thrive Global isn't it. Like, maybe We Thrive Global is not what I'm here to do. Like, it's not quite working out. Like, la 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 la, right? And it was just this total misdirection, confusion, like play from resistance. Because in retrospect, that's the most absurd thing I've ever heard. And all it was really truly doing was testing my commitment. If you want to live your purpose, the only thing you need to do is be committed to it. Everything else will take care of itself. So it was almost like I had a novel that was 99% written and I was ready to throw it into the trash, saying, nah, that's not a good novel, right? That's one of Resistance's sneaky moves, is to try to take you out right before you succeed. You know, there's entire books written about it, like 3 Feet from Gold, is about how these miners stopped mining this deposit of massive wealth 3 feet away from where all the gold actually was. Right? And how we do that to ourselves in our lives all the time. It's one of Resistance's most common plays. So commitment is the answer to really all of these things. Because thoughts, they blip in and out. Well, that's great, those thoughts, but I'm committed to my purpose. Right? Emotions, they come in and out, boom, waves through the body, boom, oh my God, this is anxiety, boom, oh my God, this is fear. Well, I'm committed to my purpose. And then shiny new objects, confusion, new ideas, all these things, they come in, and now they come in and I'm committed to my purpose, I'm committed to my mission. Right? And if that's truly the next best thing, well then I'll figure that out clearly after I complete this part of it that I've already started. It's commitment. I've gotten radically committed to my purpose in just these last few weeks, and just to a new degree, in a new way that I couldn't see before. And you know, if you haven't watched the video that I just put out about living your mission, go check that out, because we talk about that in depth. But the pain of not being committed to your purpose is so great that it far, far, far outweighs the pain of the resistance that's trying to stop you. The pain of the resistance is temporal. It's cake. Oh, I got some bad emotions. Who cares? Oh, I got some thoughts that say bad things. I'm not good enough. Cool. You can heal that. You can work on that, and you can conquer that. You know, our True Man, True Woman Academy programs give you 12 modules of resistance crushing tools from the 8+ years of personal growth that I did before making those programs. Right? So there's support for you, there's resources for you. Resistance doesn't stand a chance, but the first thing that has to happen, the very first thing, is a commitment to yourself, a commitment to your purpose. Even if you don't know what your purpose is, you just commit to it. And then the finding of it, the discovery of it, that's part of the epic journey, that's part of the fun. That's part of what makes the story interesting. Imagine if you were watching a movie and the character at the beginning of the movie instantly knew everything he needed to do, or she needed to do, instantly knew how to bypass all the challenges so the challenges weren't even challenges, and then instantly got what he or she wanted, and the movie was over. Would you want to go see that movie? Would you want to read that book? Would you want to recommend that to a friend? Sounds pointless. Your life is not pointless. Your life is an epic tale of trial and tribulation and triumph and contribution. So if you just commit to that, the rest will take care of itself. You'll start turning the pages of a new story. One where a being committed to their passion and their excitement and their contribution, their gift to the world, came forth, kicked resistance's ass, and made a difference. Whether it's just for yourself, whether it's just for your community, just is a label that shouldn't even be here. Whether it's for yourself, for your family, for your community, for your state, for the country, for the world, for one other person, for nobody but yourself and God. It doesn't matter. It's all perfect. Just commit to it. Step forth into your mission, and resistance doesn't have a chance. So that's everything I'm feeling called to share with you all today. I love you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. Share this if you think it's going to help somebody else. I hope it will. Much love, and I'll talk to you soon.